In a spiritual attack by a demon?
Yeah, by a demon. Or by something unseen that left.
Is that right?
Claw marks on my sides, on my...
So it left physical marks?
Oh, they're still there.
Cenk, demonic attacks. I mean, this sounds scary. There were 4 dogs in his bed. It couldn't have been the dogs.
Tucker Carlson has seemed to have completely gone off the rails. His latest claim is that he was attacked by a demon. I'm not kidding. Tucker Carlson claims that he was attacked by a demon. Cenk Uygur broke all this down on the Young Turks. We're going to take a look at clips of Tucker Carlson making these ridiculous claims, as well as Cenk Uygur breaking it all down. Let's take a look at this together.
Do you think the presence of evil is kickstarting people to wonder about the good?
That's what happened to me.
That's what happened to you?
Oh, yeah. I had a direct experience with it.
In the milieu of journalism or just...
Nope, in my bed at night, and I got attacked while I was asleep with my wife and 4 dogs in the bed and mauled. Physically mauled.
In a spiritual attack by a demon?
Yeah, by a demon. Or by something unseen that left...
Is that right?
Claw marks on my sides, on my...
So it left physical marks?
Oh, they're still there.
In a video published today, Tucker Carlson claimed that he was the victim of a demon attack. Let's watch more.
Was your wife terrified? I know you were.
I wasn't. I was totally confused. I woke up and I couldn't breathe, and I thought I was going to suffocate, and I walked around outside, and then I walked in, and my wife and dogs had not woken up, and they're very light sleepers. And then I had these terrible pains on my rib cage and on my shoulder, and I was just in my boxer shorts, and I went and flipped on the light in the bathroom, and I had 4 claw marks on either side underneath my arms and on my left shoulder, and they're bleeding.
Wait, they were bleeding?
They're bleeding, yeah. They're actual claw marks. And I sleep on my side, so I wasn't clawing myself. I don't have long nails. And they didn't fit my hands anyway. But yeah, that happened. And then I was seized with this very intense desire to read the Bible. So I spent 1.5 years reading it, and then I started rereading it. And it was just a transformative experience for me, but I'm not, holding myself out as someone from whom you could get theological advice.
Cenk, demonic attacks. I mean, this sounds scary. There were 4 dogs in his bed. It couldn't have been the dogs.
Jordan, I don't know if you know this, but a demon just crossed your path. So that was spooky. That was really weird. On Halloween, we say there's no demons, but yet all of a sudden, a blackish looking cat just crossed right in front. Okay. Look, guys, I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly.
Yeah, if you believe that story by Tucker Carlson, you're lost cause. It's so there's not one thing that Jordan or I could tell you or anybody could tell you that'll get you to change your mind if you can believe that crazy crap. Okay, but for the rest of us, Jesus, look at this. He's one of the leading figures on the right. He had the #1.
There are talks of Tucker Carlson, the next time around, if Trump loses, which it's kind of looking like pretty good right now that Kamala Harris is going to win this election, that Tucker Carlson could run for president in 2028 and maybe be one of the leading candidates on the Republican side. A guy who claims, does he actually believe this? We'll get into that in a minute, claims to have been mauled by a demon and have actual literal claw marks and I guess scars from the demon attack.
Show on Fox News. And he would do this kind of crazy stuff on Fox News. The segment I can't get over was the one where he said if you suntan your testicles that it'll, I forget now, make you healthier, make you more of a man or something. And they're like this image and the guy's like thing, and then there's like lasers shooting at the guy's testicles. This guy's a bona fide lunatic now. Look, I don't know that he has lost his mind as much as he's hamming it up for his audience, and he thinks his audience are all lunatic conspiracy theorists, and that's why he's doing this. But no, a demon did not attack Tucker Carlson in the middle of the night.
And Cenk Uygur is right. I honestly don't know about Tucker Carlson. Now, Sam Seder has said, he's famously told a story over and over again that during when the Iraq War started, that Tucker was on, I don't remember then if he was on MSNBC or CNN. I'm not sure on that. But that he was very gung-ho for the war. They went to a break or the show ended or whatever. Tucker Carlson went outside to smoke a cigarette was talking with some production person on the show and was talking about how he didn't care anything about the war, that it was all just talk. So that's something that Sam Cedar has said over and over again. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's all just totally an act, and Tucker Carlson, like Cenk Uygur is saying here, he just thinks the audience is a bunch of kooks and rubes, and he's just leaning into that for them. There's that possibility. There also is the possibility, Cenk Uygur talks about how he said crazy stuff on Fox News. He did. And it wasn't like I was watching Fox News every day, so I don't know every crazy thing that Tucker Carlson said, but it seems like that maybe Fox News reined him in a bit. And maybe because he's talked about angels, and now this thing with that aliens maybe are angels. That was a couple of months ago. Or aliens are trans-dimensional beings or something like that, and he really believes in all that. Now he's talking about demons. Could it be that Tucker Carlson actually believed all this stuff all along, and that Fox News just kind of kept him in check a bit to not say every crazy thing that came into his head? Why I say this is he did that long interview with Chris Cuomo a couple of months back. If you haven't seen that, that is worth watching, where they interviewed each other for a couple of hours, I believe. And Tucker just comes off as a deeply strange guy. I don't know that it's totally just an act for 2 hours. He has some strange ideas. So maybe it's something kind of like, I think back, this is a reference from long ago, but Tom Cruise, when he went on Oprah and jumped on the couch and had some other interactions that were very strange, and everybody was like, wow, this guy is weird. And Tom Cruise had fired I believe it was his manager, manager that he'd had for a long time. And the theory then was kind of like she was hiding a lot of the crazy with Tom Cruise. And I wonder if it's the same thing with Tucker Carlson, that he is a true believer and is really into all these weird conspiracies, and people didn't quite know it until it was just Tucker Unleashed on X or wherever, YouTube or wherever he does his show. And this is just Tucker Carlson completely unfiltered. Let me know in the comments what you think. If it's just a grift, or if Tucker Carlson is just a lunatic, or maybe it's a bit of both.
And scratch him out. So whether it was one of his dogs or whoever, somebody else in the house, whoever did it, online they're offering, rewards for it. But no, I'm kidding. God bless the dogs. No, seriously, we don't want anybody getting hurt. In all seriousness, especially by demons, because I think that there's does anybody really, you believe that demons attack Tucker Carlson in the middle of the night? I can't believe there's one person who believes that. But there are probably millions who believe that. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. All that America, they're sending people from their asylums. And maybe it's Tucker Carlson. That is just nuts.
Well, Cenk, the one thing that
Cenk's almost speechless.
I know to understand that this is not true is demons don't attack their own. It's just not what they do. But since it's Halloween, we've pulled some really interesting tidbits for our beloved audience. And apparently Carlson is not the only one dealing with things that go bump in the night. A stunning and spooky new survey has revealed that 60% of homeowners think that their house might be haunted. That's a huge number. Why are so many people convinced that they are bunking with ghosts?
Okay, so they get, if you want to watch the whole thing, you can go to the Young Turks channel and watch them get into ghosts and people's beliefs and all that. They kind of get off of the Tucker Carlson thing here. But back to Tucker Carlson, I guess if people can believe that Donald Trump, the election was stolen from him, 4 years later after all the court cases and everything, still believe it, and they believe that immigrants are eating people's pets and blah, 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 on and on and on, then they can believe in things like demons and angels and all of this stuff that Tucker Carlson is putting out there. But I kind of lean towards the side that Tucker Carlson, he may be nuts, but I don't think he's dumb. And I just wonder if, after they filmed this segment, if he and whoever this guy is just cracked up laughing Just thinking like, I'm sure they'll really buy this and this will go viral. I don't know. I can't truly imagine that Tucker Carlson really believes all of this, but it's hard to say. And like they said here, you wouldn't go with the most logical explanation that the dogs scratched him in his sleep. They're sleeping with the dogs and they scratched him. No, it couldn't have been that. It had to have been demons. But what do you think about this? Tucker Carlson, insane claims about demons attacking him. Does he really believe this? Or is it all just a grift? Is it all just a grift with Tucker Carlson? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about Cenk Uygur's response to this. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe. Channel's growing quickly. I want to continue to grow. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you enjoy this content, I want to be able to bring out more content like this to, Trump loses and all of these right-wing grifters like Tucker Carlson are going to have something to talk about other than just Donald Trump. I mean, I'm sure they'll have a lot to say about Kamala Harris, but there's going to be a lot of wild stuff like this, I predict, over the next year of all of these right-wing grifters just talking about the weirdest, most bizarre topics like this to have something to sell to their audiences. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to give me a subscribe. This is Chris on Culture, and I will see you in the next video.